Shalom Akim. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Mystery and Rule Well, to the Akim around the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Yeah, short lesson for the hopeful elect in these last days and times. And yeah, part of drinking the bitter portion, of this gospel. And it's just prophecy fulfilling itself. As you see on the screen, type in the keyword all female army command, and these are the results you get. All right, so you see folks standing out there supporting the female members of their family for their so-called achievement. And you know what Esau does? He puts it out there on the news as a sign of progress. But what really it is, it's just a sign of the Lord setting up the rulership of this world for failure. All right? Because women were never called.
Let's go help people customize.
Yeah, women were never called, man.
Delta has committed to becoming the world's first carbon neutral.
To be soldiers and generals and commanders and chiefs and whatever you call it, lieutenants and sergeants. The Most High never said a woman. He never set up a woman to be that. That wasn't the foundation. And now that you have all these things taking place, what does that mean? It means that it's a sign of terrible things to come. All right. So I'm going to read from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 22. It says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?" All right. So there's the Most High talking to us, our nation, the nation of Israel. Okay. It says, "For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." All right. So the standard of a nation was going to be altered because of the unbelief in the Lord. Ba'ashem Shai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash. And all this chaos of this society, it goes back to the rebellion, all right, to the rebellion against the word of the Lord. And that vibration is very contagious, all right. And you know how it is, man. The women of our nation, they're pretty much the ones that are in the front line, that the enemy is using to steer our nation in a direction that is not suitable, all right, for righteousness. And what do? The man of the Lord just have to call upon the Lord to fix the situation. And we're getting close to that time, all right. So ever since Esau, stepped on that stepped on that button, stepped on that platform to make women to take on these major roles, even though they weren't the so-called first nation to do so, but they took it to the next level. So now you're gonna see all this. You're gonna see lots of women marching down the streets, going door to door, doing the will of the elites. And it's gonna create a lot of tensions, man, between between the nations of this world when they see all this madness taking place. And hey, you just gotta let the Lord do what he does best. He sets up the whole agenda so he could enjoy the drama. All right. So it's gonna be crazy, man. These women will have an idea of what it means to to be a target during a time of war, and it's gonna be real crazy, man. That's why it's important. You understand the madness that the world has been partaking in. Okay, so back to some older precept in Isaiah chapter 32. Because the women of our nation don't understand that the Lord is about to bring a heavy rebuke upon them. Alright? Whether it's of the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom that believe that they could join the military, they could join the police department or law enforcement agencies and run around with guns and badges and all that. They're going to figure out that the Messiah wasn't with all that women being, the heroes and all that stuff, man. That's not the way, the wars are won, all right? So it just shows you that the standard has been corrupted, all right? Because the woman's job, according to the scriptures, according to what the Lord has set up, is to keep the house, bear children for the man, so that the name of the man's household, can continue to the next generation. All right. So that's why you're gonna have a lot of these women on antidepressants and filing lawsuits because of discriminations and all that stuff, man. It's just so much confusion, and the Lord is gonna fix this. Don't forget about that. So you see this, it says 4 women of color make history as commanders of U.S. Navy warships. Yeah, so you say exactly what the elites want, man. And they're pushing that doctrine over the world. Now you have in the Arab lands, you know, they they're saying these women could be guards too. So you just have to look at the trend. Look at the trend of what they're doing. What they're pushing out there. Whether it's China, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in the Middle East, whether it's in Europe, they're all going out according to the same playbook of the elites. All right. And it's a money-making machine too, because these women gotta wear uniform. Somebody gotta sell tampons, somebody gotta sell food products and all that stuff. So it's a hustle. All right. So Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9, it says, it gives women a wake-up call. All right. So the wake-up call is coming, man. The fact is already here. So Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9, it says, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. And this is for the Israelite women, all right, that have gotten addicted to this society's, gravy train, all right. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So you hear about all this shortage of employees because they quit. They quit due to the mandates being forced on them. Yeah, so it's gonna get worse, man. All right, and the restriction of food resources is gonna impact a lot of people's lives. All right. So in verse 11 it says, tremble, you women at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right. So when you go on these social networking sites, you see the lifestyle that some women, or let's say a lot of women, like to live, and they like to have that pleasurable lifestyle, stress free. But they don't understand, man. It's just a pacifier for the chaos that's about to come upon them. So it's a big distraction, and now it's getting crazier. Now a lot of women now they're beginning to see the, the whole picture, right? Now, hey, this is the right time, man, for our nation, especially our women, man, to repent and let the Lord, do what He does best, to grant them mercy. And there is no respect of persons, man. The Most High is a righteous power, whoever He deems fit to be delivered from these perils. Hey, that'll be a great lottery to win. All right. So the book of Matthew chapter 8 verse 9 tells you, the characteristics of of a military. What you expect. As you're moving closer and closer and closer to these agendas. You have to be aware of what you're dealing with. Okay, so this is a phenomenon, and that it's just going around the world, man. So you could see this, man. It's a worldwide situation. All right. So you can imagine what the Lord is gonna do. All right. So all these drama that the news media like to put out there and portray as women making progress, the Lord will have to erase that mindset. All right, because it's going to be a terrible thing for a woman to be in uniform in these last days when all hell breaks loose upon the face of the earth. All right. So a lot of people are going to learn, man, that the words of the Lord are very, very strong words, and it's going to be a beautiful thing as you see his words come to pass. So the book of Matthew chapter 8 verse 9, it reads this. This is according to what the centurion said to the Lord Mashak Yahushai to heal, all right, to heal his servant, all right. So the servant said in the centurion said in verse 9, for I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. All right. So what you hear there is man, he. All right. All right. When it says soldiers, it's talking about a man. I say to this man, go, and he doeth it, and I say to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. So it's always about a man when it comes to military service, man. Women may play a role in helping out, but never was a woman, meant to serve as a soldier. All right. So the book of First Timothy, chapter 2, verse 12, it says, verse 11. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. All right. But I suffer not the woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. All right. So when the woman decides to go for a position that requires a badge, gun, and all that stuff, during the military, that's her usurping authority over the men. and that's what the elites of this society, of this world, have been capitalizing on, manipulating the role of a woman in society, and they use it to their advantage. All right, that's why the Lord is about to set things back in order. All right, so it's gonna be beautiful, man. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, and then verse 13 says, "For Adam was first formed, then Eve." Okay, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. All right. And then verse 15 says, "Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety." So there's nothing holy about a woman serving as a police officer, serving as a law enforcement agent or a soldier. It doesn't fit the requirements for salvation, man. It's all a one-way ticket to hell. All right. So, what do you think is gonna happen? When the Messiah switch up that vibration to a manly vibration in these last days, when all hell is breaking loose. Men that were not prepared, they're gonna wither away. All right. And what do you think the woman will do? She's gonna melt. All right. So the book of Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 30, it says, I'll start with verse 29. All right. No, I'll start from verse 28. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 28. "Prepare against her the nation with the kings of the Medes and captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion." So, yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. World War III is gonna be crazy when the Russians are stirred up by the Lord. Okay, "And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be purposed against Babylon," aka America, "to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant." Verse 30, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight." So when the mighty men are not able to handle the battle, handle the situation, have the courage to step up, how are the women gonna win the war? So it just shows you, man, that the Most High is gonna turn this agenda, you know, into the dumpster, man. All right. So you see this? This is in Nigeria over there. All right. Indian women commandos. You got Chinese army, Soviet army. So what do you expect the Lord to do? He has to fix it. Then you have the Amalekites, Amalekite soldiers over there in the land of Israel. Okay. And then all this, man, even in Syria. So when all chaos is set up, how how are they gonna handle the pressure? All right. So you just look at it, man. It's just another trick of the serpent for population control. And the Lord is going to turn all that agenda upon their heads. All right. So that was the point that I came, when you even read further, it says, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might had failed. They became as women." You see that? They became as women. "They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken." So they became as women. They became as the weaker vessel. All right. So it's going to be chaos, man. When you put a man in a situation to depend upon a woman that the Most High has on his scope, to weaken, that man is doomed. All right. So that's how the Lord's gonna fix this situation, man. He's how to wipe it down, with total destruction. All right. So that's upon the Hakim Abaratazet. We see more prophecies come to pass. Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, Shalom.